Hello, everybody. Welcome back to The Final Gaze. My name is Harrison.
My name's Richard.
And I'm Toby.
And today we're going to be doing a Final Gaze Discussed episode where we'll be discussing our most anticipated films of 2021. We have 3 films each we are going to discuss, so let's get right into it. So I figured on my end, we're going to go left to right. So Richard will go first, then me, then Toby. Yeah, let's just jump right into it. So Richard, what's your first anticipated movie of 2021?
I would say Godzilla vs. Kong for mine.
That's pretty. It's pretty obvious. That's all. I feel we're gonna get a better movie than we have for any recent versus movies. I feel.
Yeah,
agreed. I agree.
And it's weird because I was never really a King Kong or Godzilla fan when I was younger, and when the first of this series came out, I loved it. And I had no clue that they were planning on building like a franchise out of it. So yeah, I've really, this is one that I've been excited about.
If you were a casual viewer of Kong Skull Island, then I don't think you would have anticipated that end credit scene, because unless you're looking for details that directly relate to the legendary Warner Brothers universe, you wouldn't notice that, the whole Monarch thing happening already, like the Monarch going after Kong. I think it was Monarch that was hinted at in the movie. Yeah, first and last time I saw it was in theaters. So, but that end credit scene, really, really precise on the nose.
It was pretty spot on.
Yeah, at first, it's pretty self-referential. Like, hey, are you enjoying this, sitting there in the dark? But who do you think's gonna win?
I wonder if it's going to be a tie or there'll be some surprise ending where maybe some other monstrous creature that they have to team up against. I don't know. I just love it because I never really was a big fan growing up. And so now to me, it's just like something brand new to get excited about and to get into. So.
Yeah, no, I got my money on that. The whole. I think everyone's been predicting this everywhere. They're gonna fight, but then there's gonna be an even greater foe that they have to combine forces to fight against. What that is, there's a lot of speculation on what that may be. I too am not very familiar with the whole Godzilla lore. In fact, I only watched the King Kong versus Godzilla, that one from Japan last year for the first time. So
it'll be like Batman versus Superman, only better.
Save Mothra.
Why did you say that name?
You were never a king. You weren't even a monster. So we'll go ahead and switch up the lineup. Toby, what's your first anticipated movie of 2021?
Well, Richard stole mine. Mine is also Godzilla vs. Kong, coming up right now. Shocker. I've been waiting for this movie for quite some time. It's along with the rest of the slate of 2020 movies got pushed several times and is now thankfully coming to both VOD and theaters on March 31st. So I would love, of course, to go see it in theaters. Who knows what will happen between now and then. But of course, I'll catch it day one on HBO Max. I'm a huge Godzilla fan. Definitely love the legendary Godzilla 2014, and then I thought King of the Monsters was okay. It was fun. I thought it was a bit much, and I'm firmly team Godzilla.
Of course. Of course.
And I think, I know a shit ton about Godzilla lore, so I'm pretty sure I know exactly what's going to happen in the movie. So I don't know if I want to spoil it for anyone, but yeah. But there has been toys and things leaked where you can see the other proposed maybe monster that could arise for them to join forces against.
Interesting.
So I am pretty excited to see that on the big screen.
And plus, a lot of people...
Or my smaller big screen.
Yeah. Plus, a lot of people are kind of pointing out that Mecha Godzilla was in the trailer. So...
Mm-hmm. He is. You see it. Plain as day.
I didn't see it the first time around, but when they did the whole frame, I watched a lot of those videos where they dissect this trailer frame by frame. I'm like, holy shit, okay, all right. Because, Godzilla's killing people, not hurting people, as they said, not really in his character, so.
Yeah, he's being a little bitch. So I don't think that's Godzilla. I think it's a imposter.
Imposter Godzilla. All right. Well, so now we'll go on to my first anticipated movie of 2021, and that is going to be, Richard, I was sad when you said you weren't looking forward to this, The Suicide Squad.
I keep forgetting that's actually even a thing.
Yes.
The fact that they didn't even change the name, just I was like, oh, again?
They added a the.
Oh, the
right?
the.
Isn't it just the
The Suicide Squad. I can understand how everyone's faith and trust in DC has diminished, but much like how David Gunn sort of what he did for Marvel, I feel he has the potential to do or James Gunn, sorry, not David Gunn. James Gunn did for Marvel. He has the capacity to do for DC. He's got a lot of his old players coming in, and plus it's a huge cast. Plus I feel they're going to do that thing where it is a huge ensemble cast, but I feel a lot of them may die anyways.
I think like half of them are gonna die in like the first.
Yeah, like the Task Force. I think it was Task Force X and Deadpool 2, right? Was it? I'm not quite sure, but it was that big old, like the Invisible
X-Force,
Man.
I think it was.
X-Force?
Right? X-Force, I think.
X-Force.
Where
They
all
made
just
it like
died.
it was going to be a thing, and then they killed him off right when they created him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, maybe.
Not that direct, but you know what I mean. They're showing a lot of scenes of these characters in like the same environment. So I'm thinking perhaps they may die. Like that's the opening scene, and that's all we've seen so far. So, but yeah, Suicide Squad. I'm always eager to see what James Gunn is up to next, particularly with the DC property, because as we know, he went on to do this when he got fired from Disney
for half a second.
And yeah, I'm really excited for the Suicide Squad. Oh, by the way,
When does it come out?
August? I think it's August.
Towards the end of the year, I think.
Is it really?
I'll pull
That's
it
the
up.
one thing I didn't get was release dates, but
It looks like August 6th simultaneously on HBO Max.
that'll be a good birthday present then. And oh yeah, by the way, has it been confirmed who's doing the music for Godzilla vs. Kong?
Honestly, I haven't looked.
I'm wondering.
That soundtrack should be coming out soon. Sometimes it's a month in advance. Sometimes I guess.
Yeah, I wonder if it's Bear McCreary again, or if they're gonna bring back Henry Jackman from Kong.
I'd prefer Bear McCreary.
Me too.
I like that track better than I'm looking right now, though.
Yeah, I was looking too.
Composer is Junkie XL.
Oh, okay. Well, that's okay.
Well, that'll be something. I wonder if they're gonna
I'm fine with that.
keep Godzilla's theme like they did in the
Because
second
so
movie.
far he has like 2 themes right now.
Yeah, he has the theme that they made for the 2014 movie,
Yeah,
then they decided to reuse the actual original theme from the Japanese movies in the second movie. So.
Oh yeah, which by the way, I actually wasn't a big fan of Bear McCreary's score for Godzilla, King of the Monsters, but the moment I watched the old Godzilla movie with Mothra in it, that's when I appreciated it even more, realizing that the Mothra theme was just an updated version of the Mothra theme from the original movie.
Yeah.
Which
he literally just used the same
Yeah.
music and updated it. But so I love that score.
and there's I think I'm not sure if it was an official release or I'm not quite sure, but there are people on YouTube who released the choir version of it on YouTube. So yeah, definitely love the Bear McCreary score. All right, well, let's bring it back to Richie. Richie, what is your second most anticipated movie of 2021?
So this is probably my biggest, most anticipated movie of 2021. And Toby, I'm really sorry. I hope I'm not stealing all of yours. Black
you are.
Widow. Yes, Black Widow. I am so excited. I have been waiting. After Spider-Man, they took a bit of a break. Endgame and then Spider-Man and then a break. And then WandaVision has just reinvigorated me. I'm ready for the next big Marvel film. I'm super excited at the prospect of WandaVision or Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like, I know they're going to have to weave it into the movie somehow. I'm hoping that Black Widow is like the female superhero film that Captain Marvel was not.
And Wonder Woman, maybe.
Yeah, well, definitely Wonder Woman 1984, that's for sure. But I mean, if it beats out the first Wonder Woman, I mean, that would be incredible.
I think it will.
Yeah, I'm really curious about how they're going to, the fact that they killed her off in Endgame, spoiler alert, the fact that they killed her off in Endgame, I'm curious, is this just going to be a movie that they're just throwing out there about her? Or I'm hoping in true MCU fashion, they're going to somehow tie it into like why it's
Bringing
coming.
her back.
Exactly, like why it's coming out at the time frame that that it is. So I'm excited for it. And I think she deserves a film too. Scarlett Johansson.
Yes.
She was there from
Yeah.
Iron Man 2 onward. Like, she deserves one.
Agreed.
I think it's definitely going to be a flashback movie. Like I think we're gonna finally see what happened in Budapest.
Yeah, that's been
So
confirmed.
Jeremy Renner, it obviously has to do some kind of cameo.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I was going to say also the fact that she was in the Loki trailer. There's got to be some tie-in somewhere.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's weird. In that trailer, she's wearing the outfit I think she was wearing in Ultron. Like, she had the hair and outfit from Ultron, which kind of throws off a bit of my theory on that, as maybe her soul is just wandering somewhere waiting to be brought back or something like that. But, if she's wearing an outfit, years prior to her dying, I don't know, maybe it's some weird purgatory thing and she just chose that vision of herself.
They've been known to
that's what I thought
screw
was
up
kinda
trailers,
weird.
though. They've been they purposely altered the
They
Endgame
do alter
footage just
shit.
to throw the audience off.
You're right. They do that. And since this is my second one too, this was the one I was gonna pick. I'll just kind of piggyback off of that because I do have a couple more things. Florence Pugh, who I fucking love, is gonna play her sister. You would know her from Midsommar. A lot of stuff. She's like really established at this point as like a really good actress. I'm so happy that she got a huge franchise to be a part of because she's mostly done indie stuff until now.
I only know her from
And-
Midsummer and Little Woman. So
Little
yeah.
Women. Yes, she got Little Women. And she's going to cameo because Black Widow is supposed to come out and then Falcon and the Winter Soldier afterwards. And Florence Pugh is going to cameo in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So I'm wondering, it must fit fine if they're going to release it beforehand and, it not mess anything up. But I'm wondering if they're going to keep the May 7th release date and not go, if not go directly to Disney Plus, do like a simultaneous release.
Yeah, because that's one thing Kevin Feige is fighting against, is that he does not want it to just be a Disney Plus release,
Yeah.
And I think everyone was in agreement that it's funny because I did end up paying $30 for Mulan, but I think I'd be a bit more open to paying $30 for Black Widow. I'd actually be okay with that.
I think I would too. I mean, a lot again can happen between now and May 7th. The vaccine is picking up as far as people getting doses, so hopefully the majority of the rest of the population who doesn't qualify at the moment can start getting theirs. If that happens, then I think they'll be safe. But Disney had their Investor Day Friday, and where they just discussed things like that, and they stood firm that it was going to be the May 7th release. So I do think they're trying to really hold fast to that release date before they make any decisions. But I think it can change. I think it'll depend.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it doesn't. I hope it doesn't get pushed. Like, if they have to, release it online. Like, don't push it again, because I think that'll just be really damning. Or I'm sure they've lost so much money already.
Yeah, because no, they would. I think the more they hold it, the more money they lose. They have to release it at this point.
And it's supposed to be the kickoff of Phase 4. So, I mean, does that mean, was WandaVision originally supposed to be part of Phase 4 and now is technically the end of Phase 3? Like,
well, WandaVision was supposed to be the second TV show, not even the first one released. But from what I've read, it is basically starting Phase 4.
Oh, it's
with
got
the
it.
multiverse. Although I think they're kind of fucking with you on that whole. That's a different conversation, but yeah. So we'll see.
I feel that, especially with WandaVision, I think it's too obvious, meaning that the clues are leading us to obvious choices, obvious predictions,
throw us off, yeah.
So I feel there's something way bigger now, because I just recently joined the MCU universe, or the MCU group on Facebook, and there's been a whole lot of theories being spewed out, and one of them was, this is way too obvious. It would be way too easy for it to be Mephisto. Is that it? That's
Yeah.
okay. I'm not.
Why would it be easy for Mephisto?
Well, no, it's just because all everything just seems to be obvious. You know, it's like the purposeful. I'm leaving some crumbs behind. You know.
Well, I think it's either Mephisto or it's Nightmare working for Mephisto. And Agnes, I do think is Agatha. I forget her, Agatha Harkness or something like that from the comics, who has this weird, tragic backstory too that involves children and Mephisto.
I thought it was Mysterio. Or are you guys saying some other random villain that I have no idea exists?
Mephisto, no, not Mysterio. Mephisto.
Okay, I was really confused.
Is basically Mephisto is basically the Marvel's version of the devil. There are the House of M and everything. Wanda makes a deal with the devil basically and starts all these things in motion. And WandaVision's kind of been picking from those different comic storylines. So I think it's Mephisto, and if not, Nightmare.
But he would be like
similar mind-altering powers.
He would be like a low-level villain, right? Because isn't the assumption Galactus or whatever is going to be like the Thanos of this next? That's what I've heard, at least. I've heard that because they've laid clues that Galactus is going to be the next Thanos.
Yeah.
So I would imagine this would be like a low-level villain, right?
No, Mephisto's pretty big. He's pretty up there in the comics. They always can change things like they do in the movies a bit, but he is pretty up there as far as very big bad guys. So
I'm gonna have to look this guy up because I've never heard of this
terrible
villain.
things.
Well, as long as he's not the Mandarin.
Oh god.
But they definitely could be laying the groundwork for Galactus to come in. I don't think WandaVision's going to be the start of like that storyline, but I think it's just the seed for the multiverse is what I think it's going to be.
And it's a fine seed.
And that'll say it again.
It's a fine seed.
Yeah.
And plus, it must be noted that anything comic book related is going off a very quick Wikipedia search. So the only reason why I mentioned the whole Agatha thing to you was like, oh, Agnes is dressed as a witch for Halloween. So we'll see.
I don't trust her. There's something up her sleeve.
I don't think she's under her control. I'll say that much.
No.
And the neighbor.
Where the fuck's Dottie, right? It's Dottie. I mean, okay, Richard, you saw the last episode, right?
I have not. Danny and I.
Okay, let's just
Oh,
not
shit.
Don't even go there.
Why did you let us continue
Oh my
on
god,
this track?
that was
I have no idea what you guys are saying. I mean, I know it's a Halloween episode, but we have not had a chance to watch it. We're probably going to try to watch it tomorrow.
Shit. Okay.
'Cause I will get home too late tonight.
Let's
we have
move
been
on.
stopped. Watch it, and then we'll talk.
Sorry.
Well, I'm
Sorry.
excited for Black Widow nonetheless. I think
You're
we all
actually
are.
you're really lucky. We didn't really reveal too much, actually.
I didn't think so.
Yeah.
I just looked up the bad
Jesus.
guy though that you guys were talking about, and I'm like, okay, I hope they get a hot actor for him because he's like naked.
He looks real
and
good.
I'm like, okay. Tom Holland's older brother, perhaps? No, I'm just. Anybody along that same hotness line?
Well, all right. So now it's time for my second most anticipated movie of 2021. I was really sad when it was delayed. Of course, that makes sense. But I'm really, really excited for... Excuse me. Not that. I'm very, very excited for The French Dispatch. Excuse me. I am a huge Wes Anderson fan. In fact, whenever a new movie of his comes out, it would always used to show at the old Camel View Theater before this new one got built. So I remember going there for all of his movies as far as I can remember. Fantastic Mr. Fox, Isle of Dogs, but that was in the new Camelback Theater. The Royal Tenenbaums. I love Wes Anderson. So the fact that he is coming out with another movie, which is it looks like an anthology film. I love his quirky way of filmmaking. He's not your typical filmmaker, and it is very acquired taste, I feel, because remember I took two of my my gay besties to go watch Isle of Dogs, and they thought it was the weirdest fucking movie they've ever seen, and I felt so disheartened because they didn't get it. Like the humor apparently was just. It didn't click with them. So I did have one Wes Anderson buddy when I was in film school, but he moved to Hawaii.
Well, I love Wes Anderson here.
Oh, fantastic. When is this coming? I didn't want to look it up.
I didn't. Honestly, that movie's supposed to have been coming out for so long now that I forgot it was a thing again. Like, haven't even. I watched the trailer like a year ago when
Yeah.
it first came out.
I think it was supposed to be Christmas last year.
I just remember Timothy Chalamet in a tub, and I was all about it.
Yeah, Timothy Chalamet is supposed to do his.
And a little mustache.
Yeah, he's supposed to do a nude scene in a tub. So, given how Wes
Why didn't
Anderson
you lead
handles
with
his-
that? If you had said that there's a nude frontal scene, then
Oh, well, I don't know about
I
frontal.
don't think it's a
Oh,
frontal
a nude
scene.
scene.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's going to be sexy. Wes Anderson's not really known for
Yeah.
being a sexy director, so it'll be in some quirky, cute way.
Yeah, it's-
We'll see his butt or
it's
something.
gonna-
nudity is nudity.
Yeah, it's going to be this wide shot. It's going to be a side shot. And you know what I bet it's going to be? It's just going to be Timothy Chalamet getting out of the tub naked, putting on a towel, chasing after Frances McDormand.
Must be.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we'll see a bit of frontal, but don't get too excited. It's Wes Anderson.
Or it's Timothy Chalamet in a tub enjoying a bathtub, and then Frances McDormand's hand slowly comes out of the water from between his legs. It could happen.
What does she say? He says like something, her name, Mrs. Applebutt. I'm naked. Now, Richie, have you seen? Are you a fan of Wes Anderson?
I'm trying to think because you guys have reviewed films by him before, right?
No,
I feel like you have.
but
He doesn't do horror.
Wes Anderson tackling horror would be very interesting.
I've heard you
can't
guys
see
talk
it
about him
happening.
before, though. But yeah, honestly, I wouldn't know. I'm gonna have to look him up.
I feel.
Oh, maybe you thought of W.S. Anderson.
Oh,
That's
Paul
probably
W.S.
what it is.
Anderson.
Resident Evil
That's what it
movies.
is.
Toby definitely called Paul W.S. Anderson Wes Anderson multiple
I
times.
did.
Okay, that's
Several
probably
times,
why I'm
yes.
so confused. Let's see if I've ever seen anything of his. I've heard about the Fantastic Mr. Fox. Never seen it.
Mhm.
I've heard about Isle of Dogs. That trailer was weird. So okay.
I just showed that to Brian, and he loved
Oh, I
it.
love Isle of Dogs. In fact, it recently just uploaded to Disney Plus, which makes sense. It's 20th Century Fox, and I was like, I had no intention of watching it all the way through, but I just played it, and I ended up just sitting here watching the whole damn thing.
It's so cute, especially if you're a dog person.
Yeah, I've never seen anything of his.
Ooh, well, we got to put those on the list of just general movies to watch. They're very quirky. They're very unique. He has definitely his own signature style. He definitely fits into some of those directors where you cannot control them. They just make you a movie and you have to distribute it. So it's weird. It's just, oh God, I couldn't even explain the.
Like Quentin
The
Tarantino
humor.
type movies, where they're very.
Yeah. But non-violent. Not
Not
violent.
violent.
I'd say that's a pretty good comparison, actually.
If anything, his movies can be rated R, but they're mainly more for language. I think the
Yeah.
goriest moment in one of his movies was the Grand Budapest Hotel, where Jeff Goldblum,
Jeff
gets his
Goldblum's
fingers cut off.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see. We'll start you off with maybe the animated movies. I feel those are a little bit more palatable, a little bit more fun.
No, I would start.
Oh.
I would start like the regular movies because I think
Yeah, okay.
it's gonna throw you off with the animated ones because you're gonna expect like a Pixar kind of movie and you're not gonna get that. But if you watch at least maybe the Royal Tenenbaums
Oh my
or
gosh.
Grand Budapest Hotel, no, Life Aquatic, that's the one you should watch. I think if you like that movie, you'll love the rest of his movies. I feel like that movie really sums up Wes Anderson's style.
And it's funny because that's not even my favorite Wes Anderson movie, though. I think I like his animated films more. And I think I like his more recent live action movies better. So, to each their own. We'll give you a shot. We'll see. We'll let you choose. You
Well,
know?
I'm down for it. I'm a virgin
Yeah.
to all this stuff, so I'm
Yeah.
down for it. I'm a blank canvas.
All right. So, in an effort to see if you stole Toby's third favorite movie for our most anticipated movie for 2021, Toby, what's your third most anticipated movie?
My third most, and I'm so excited for this movie, Candyman, which comes out
Candyman.
August 27th, which I think is a safe date. I don't see them having to push that again.
Yes.
I think that's far enough out, as far as like vaccine timelines. So I am pretty hopeful that it'll stay with theaters at the very least, not get pushed. If anything, go online. But yeah, super excited. It's a female director. I don't know if Nia DaCosta. I think that's going to be really cool for this kind of a movie to have a female point of view. The first movie is very female centric, and so I think it's cool that we actually now have an actual female director. Of course, it's written by Jordan Peele. We're one of the writers, and we just did Us, which we both loved, right? If I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really excited for it. I'm really curious if Tony Todd will be coming back. Oh, we actually reviewed Candyman, the original, last year, or 2019 maybe. Yeah, there's only been one trailer, and then one kind of animated trailer thing that was super awesome, I thought, and I think already shows kind of the tone the movie's going to take.
Was that the history of Candyman?
Yeah, and it has the Candyman theme that's so spooky and beautiful, like a music box type.
Now, do you have
to it?
Do you have the tea on who's composing for this new one?
I will find that out right now. Unless you know.
Oh no, I don't know.
Oh, I do. I'll know it when I get there, but I feel like I already do know, and I was pretty excited. Let me see.
Philip Glass is dead, right?
I have no idea who this person is. Is he?
Is it? No, I mean, I asked, is Philip Glass dead?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up.
It's Robert Aki Aubrey Lowe. I've never heard of him.
Whoa.
But he did The Arrival, Sicario, Mother, It Comes at Night.
Wait a minute, what? Wait, what's his name?
Well, the music department. He hasn't done much, honestly.
Dang. Okay, I know. I don't know who that is, but I know who he worked for. You know who I think he was? He was definitely a close collaborator with Johan Johansson, which means that he would have definitely been the one to have been hired for Candyman, but he died. He died pretty young. Or, no, he died early in his career. But, as you can see, all those movies that you mentioned are ones that he did. Arrival, Sicario.
Oh, he's dead? This man just died?
Johan Johansson's dead. But like how James Horner died working on the Magnificent Seven, his kind of
protege.
His protege, the person underneath him, took over the composing reins and finished the music. I bet this happened after he died, because I think he died a couple years ago. So wow, what's his name again?
It's a long one. Let me see. I don't want to butcher it.
Oh my gosh,
it is Robert Aki Aubrey Lowe.
Robert Aki.
Aiki is Aiki or Robert A. Lowe is another credit.
Well,
but I am super excited. They keep saying it's a spiritual sequel, whatever that means. So they're gonna play loose and fast. But it does have one of the main characters from the first movie, played by Vanessa Williams, not the Miss America person. But anyway, she's coming back, so hopefully that'll tie the movies together. And I don't know. I'm super excited. The trailer, there's only been one real one, and I've seen it about 1 million times, so I'm ready.
Yeah, and here I thought the Suicide Squad was a good Christmas gift, birthday gift. Candyman comes out
right on that.
Yeah, Candyman comes out right on my birthday, so I know what I'll be doing August 26th.
I want to be in the fucking theaters, man. I'm hoping by that point I'll have my second dose.
Yeah, see, that's gotta have a Dolby Cinema release. I feel that would be pitch perfect for a Dolby Cinema release. Alrighty, so Richard, we're on to our third most anticipated movie of 2021. What is it for you?
So I was having a crisis on my drive here to Harrison's. I was panicking because I'll be honest with you, I have been looking through the list for what we've talked about doing this episode for the last several days. I have been scouring through the list for 2021, trying to figure out what my top 3 were. And I want to say the first 2, ironically the same as Toby, the first 2 that I listed were easy ones. But then I'm going through trying to find a third. And I don't know. I was telling Harrison when I got here, Harrison, I don't have a third favorite because there's so many. And to me, it almost seems like there's more than the usual that I'm excited about. Like there's movies that, I'll go see that or yeah. But I was like, oh my God, there's so many ones that I really am excited to see. And I don't know if it's because of the pandemic pushing so many films out that there's like double as many ones that I'm looking forward to seeing. But then Toby's Candyman pick inspired me. And I'm not going to say Candyman, but what I'm going to say is that honestly, over the last year or two, I've never been excited for horror movies coming out. And after the last year or two that you guys have been exposing me to these, it was like, oh yeah, he picked Candyman. Interesting. I'm not excited about Candyman per se, but I realized Halloween Kills is coming out, and that was
Whoa.
kind of my first horror movie, like as part of being being a part of your guys' friends group, because Harrison and I and he who shall not be named
Corey.
went one night. I think Toby, you were supposed to come, but I don't think you made it or whatever. But that was my first horror movie in a movie theater, was Halloween, the original one. And then Harrison recently, just out of the blue, I think we ended up having a double feature night, and he was like, oh, do you want to watch it? I'm like, sure, I've got nothing to do. And we ended up watching the newer version, the newer Halloween. So I'm like, okay. So I'll be honest, I would say Halloween Kills.
And Richard is the only one who
one.
probably the only individual in the whole world who has watched the original Halloween with this third remake, the one that came out in 2018. So, was it 2018 or 2017?
2018.
2018. So you have not trudged through the mud that are those middle chapters.
I'm a sucker for the franchises. I love movies with cliffhangers. I love the whole reboot thing. Like, it seems like everybody's doing reboots now, and I love that. So it hit me. I was like, you know what? Halloween Kills. That's my third most anticipated one.
I want a full trailer. Right? We've only gotten like a teaser so far. Like, it's like that 30-second one. Has there been any more?
No new trailers. Just a little teaser. The whole "Let Him Burn" trailer, which I'm simultaneously like, oh well, that's how he escapes. But it deepened the possibilities of what this sequel can be. I absolutely love the photo they released of him in front of the burning building, holding that fireman's, I don't know, pick or something. So it's so funny. I thought you were gonna say Spiral.
I haven't seen any of the Saws.
Oh, that's
fuck, Spiral. Yeah, that's coming out too. Honorable mentions.
I may have changed my vote have you guys exposed me to Saw yet?
Yeah.
You guys haven't, so naturally it's the Halloween franchise.
And and I'm actually kind of surprised. I was actually surprised by your selections, Toby, because I'm surprised Spiral wasn't a part of it. But also, I was kind of figuring, and I don't know, for some reason I forgot you didn't have a third one. But I thought you were totally going to go with a Snyder cut of Justice League.
Toby or me?
Richie.
Yeah, but see, until it's a theatrical release, to me, it's just another film to stream at home. So,
no, right.
I'm surprised no one picked Dune.
Yeah,
which is also kind of an honorable mention for me.
Oh, I think we'll do
Dune and Spiral.
Yeah, we'll do like an honorable mention right after this, I guess. But yeah, no, Halloween Kills. I'm always excited for that. So another Steelbook franchise I'm gonna have to rebuy. So
Judy Greer better not die. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, gosh. Daughter of Laurie Strode. Granddaughter's daughter.
Kill the younger one. Kill the granddaughter.
Kill the granddaughter.
She's fucking annoying.
But who's going to carry the franchise, Toby?
Judy Greer.
Judy Greer will carry.
If Jamie Lee can still carry a franchise, Judy Greer can definitely do it too.
Gotcha. I feel you. We'll see if she feels the same on Halloween 7 Part 2.
Speaking of, well, I guess we'll get to that later. Never mind.
Well, let me get mine out of the way so we can get to our honorable mentions. My third most anticipated film of 2021, Last Night in Soho. Much like my favorite director, Wes Anderson, I have also deep love and respect for Edgar Wright. And this is going to be his actual first foray into actual horror without any kind of comedy element. So consider me very intrigued.
Honestly, don't know much about it. Is there a trailer yet?
No trailer yet. Just the director and cast, which I didn't look up on the cast, but it's a horror movie by Edgar Wright, so you can't really go wrong with that.
Agreed.
Now, Richie, do you know who we're talking about when we say Edgar Wright?
It sounds very familiar.
Yeah, responsible for the Blood and Cornetto trilogy, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End. And Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
I've heard of that
and Baby Driver.
Oh, okay. Danny and I did see Baby Driver, but naturally it was because cars were involved. And, oh God, what's Mr. Beautiful's name?
Ansel Elgort.
Oh, have you guys listened to his music?
He's a musician.
Oh my gosh, his voice. Oh, there's a song that Danny
He's just
just
so
loves.
vanilla.
Oh,
I
his
didn't know he
voice
did
is
music.
heavenly. I'm gonna have to send you the song. There's this one song that Danny just plays over and over again. He's delicious. But
I think
that's
I've only
that's
ever
another
seen
episode.
him. I think I've only ever seen him in Baby Driver. I know that he was in.
Carrie. The
Oh,
remake,
Carrie, he was. Was he playing like the like the jock love interest?
like, the main
Ah,
one
okay.
who dies on stage.
And I know he was in Divergence, which I never saw that series at all.
I wanted to see Goldfinch because he's in that one.
Goldfinch was a mess, a very long,
I heard it was awful.
bloated mess.
Was it bad?
Yeah. Well, yes, it was bad. It was badly panned, rightly so. I think it had a lot of interesting elements. I tried reading the book, but I swear to God, and I'm not even over exaggerating. Like I read like literally 40 pages of a kid like walking through rubble. And I swear the same paragraph came up about dust and debris. And I'm like, okay, I'm over this. And this was like a 1,000-page book, and I couldn't get through it. I think I liked the movie for certain elements. Like if it was specifically about the kid, I think I would have liked it. But everything about that kid as an adult, the Ansel Elgort character, absolutely confusing and bloated. I didn't even know what the fuck was going on. Something about a piece of art, I don't know. But watch it or not, it's a long ass movie. I think it's like 20 minutes shy of 3 hours.
Gag.
Yeah, but yeah, Last Night in Soho. I figured that could be a movie we'll cover on the podcast since it's a horror movie.
I'm sad that
Yeah, definitely.
I didn't get any 3 guesses right of what I thought Harrison's films. I don't think I've even heard of any of the ones that you said.
I didn't get them right either. I thought you were gonna pick Justice League.
Who?
Harrison.
Oh, me? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Oh no! As much as I'm excited for it,
Just a slut for DC,
oh no,
except for Wonder Woman.
I'm very, very excited for the Zack Snyder cut for different reasons. Not the one that I'm gonna go
New trailer tomorrow.
new trailer tomorrow, which I'm really excited for. That, among all the movies that are being released theatrically now, is the one that deserves to be released theatrically. And I can go into all the technical details as to why, but if ever there was an IMAX movie to be experienced in an IMAX theater, it would have been this cut of it. But there are rumblings of this cut having a 10-minute intermission, which is usually reserved for theatrical releases. So
I was hearing like probably an IMAX release later this summer.
yeah. So who knows? I know that I'll be watching on HBO Max, but if they announce an IMAX release, I am there. In the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be 95% vaccinated against COVID-19. So I am all for that.
When does it come out again? It's March, right?
Yeah, March 30th? End of March, I think.
A day before Godzilla.
Yeah, or wait, no, I think it's
You'd
the
think they'd
weekend
wanna,
before.
You think they'd want to? Okay, I was gonna say you'd think you'd want at least a week between so that they're not competing with themselves.
Yeah, 'cause
I mean,
they
it's
moved
DC.
it up,
Are they
didn't
really? Are they really strategic with anything that they do?
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be up to DC. It'd be up to who does HBO, but who does DC? Is it Warner Brothers?
I want to say it's Warner Brothers.
Yeah, it would be up to them, but I think it'd be dumb for them to release both movies.
Yeah, I think one of them got moved up or moved down to avoid that exact
I think that's why
thing.
Godzilla got pushed to the 31st.
There we go. So I think it's definitely the weekend before Kong versus Godzilla.
Well, we got a shit ton because we got WandaVision finishing up, and then we got 1 week after the finale is Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which will compete with Justice League. But at least they're giving some space between.
And also, Falcon and the Winter Soldier getting a TV-16, which is the equivalent of a rated R.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. And now we know the last 3 episodes of WandaVision are a fucking hour long.
Oh, thank
So
Christ.
God, yeah,
I
those
remember-
20-minute episodes were rough.
Yeah,
oh my God.
I remember watching this episode, which, by the way, this was the first time I stayed up until 1 a.m. for the new episode. I remember looking at the running time. It's only 37 minutes. I can't. It's got to be longer. So I'm really excited for that.
But this is how it used to be. Like they have captured that feeling of when we used to watch TV.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you had one episode a week. We're so used to streaming where we want that finale answer like right away. They fucking like bait us every week. They're so smart with how they do it because now WandaVision's like the #1 show in the world.
Yeah, and as much as I hate this, you have to wait a week, the 1 week breaks between episodes. I am in love with it because it's given us that time to ruminate about it. Like, oh shit, what the fuck, So
we can talk and discuss, like, who talks about fucking Stranger Things a week after the season ends, right? It's like a week or so and then it dies off. But
yeah, it's not.
This lasts forever.
You're not asking, did you finish the season? You're asking, hey man, that cliffhanger on that episode, my lord. So
yes, genius.
And yeah, we're gonna have our fill of Marvel movies this whole year too, because it seems as if we're just getting like little stepping stone breaks from the TV shows to the movies and so on and so forth. So I'm all for that.
That was those were going to be a lot of my honorable mentions. I'm looking forward to the Eternals. Shang-Chi.
Yeah, let's get into the honorable mentions. Richie, you want to go first?
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely all the Marvel stuff. And then I feel like right as the Marvel stuff starts to die off, then I think the Book of Boba Fett is supposed to come out on Disney Plus. So that'll be exciting. But yeah, I mean, I guess honorable
next December, right?
Yeah. Well, this coming December, right? It's the end of this year, I think. Yeah. So
hopefully
this year. Sorry.
But I mean, yeah. So Spiral definitely, just because I've heard about Saw for all these years and I've never actually watched any Saw films, so I'm excited about that. I'm jokingly saying this. Free Guy, just so that damn trailer it will stop. I'm so sick of that trailer. I just want it to be over with.
I feel the same way about the fucking James Bond movie. I am so sick and tired of that trailer playing. Fortunately, today I just watched Judas and the Black Messiah, and fortunately, there are new trailers playing with the movies now. So now we can watch the Godzilla vs. Kong trailer in theaters now. So I'm thankful for that, but they still play the fucking James Bond movie, and I'm so sick and tired of it. I just wanted to come out so I could watch it and not think about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, but yeah, there's so many other ones that, I mean, I don't know if they're going to be good or not, but I'm just looking forward to just filling up 2021 with films. Fast and Furious 9 for my husband, because he just loves that franchise. And I've gotten into it now too. Cruella.
Cruella?
Yeah. Didn't you hear about Cruella?
Does that have a release date yet?
As of right now, May 28th, Emma Stone plays young Cruella DeVille.
Oh,
I love villains.
I feel like that's going to get pushed.
Yeah, maybe. But I don't know. It's on the
or
list.
Released on Disney Plus.
Yeah. Venom, Let There Be Carnage, because I did like the first Venom. I mean, there's so many. But yeah, I think 20. I don't want to steal all your guys' honorable mentions, but
yeah, like hey, hold on there, buddy.
but there's so many that I'm looking forward to. I really hope 2021. I hope all the films don't let me down.
All right, Toby, what are your honorable mentions?
Definitely Spiral. Is a huge fan of Saw. I am definitely looking forward to Spiral. They're describing it to being more like Seven, which is basically what the first Saw was kind of aiming for, just like more into the horror side of it.
Very interesting with Chris Rock. Yeah.
Where did he come from? Why? There's a really interesting story there. So I want to see like what exactly he cooked up.
Didn't know he was a
horror drama, but but this is all his doing.
Didn't know he was a Saw fan.
And apparently, that comes out May 27th, I believe, slated at least for now. And then I'd say after that, really, it's Halloween, of course. I am super excited about for all the reasons we mentioned, and then Dune. I'm going to start reading those books pretty soon to see if I can get it through the series before the movie comes out. Again, hopefully it keeps its release date. I think it will because it's further. Towards the end of the year.
Yeah, early reviews say it's fantastic.
I'm kind of glad that they didn't release it online. only because I want there to be, because I know it's based on only half the first book, and of course whenever they do that it's like so shitty when you don't get the rest of them. So I hope it makes its money and things like that, because I think Denis Villeneuve has a really cool eye.
Yeah,
and I'm excited to see what he does.
And I did read a little bit into those reviews, and the stuff they said absolutely made no sense to me. So nothing wasn't spoiled. So the way those reviews say it, that given that it's a relatively short running time at just 2 hours, it still captures the essence of that book. Now, I have never read a single sentence of the Dune books. I have, however, watched the miniseries Dune and the sequel Children of Dune.
Children of Dune. We just watched that this week.
See, and
Brian's a huge Dune fan, so he fills me in on everything.
See, and the only thing I like about Children of Dune was its music. But see, now that's the kind of one of the thing that I want to buy, but it's turned out to an out of print thing, so it's really super rare.
We got the Blu-ray.
What the fuck?
I ordered it from Amazon. I got it in like 2 days.
Children of Dune?
Yeah.
What the? Wait, with very, very young Professor
X?
X?
For a shitty looking movie.
Are you
again?
talking about the one with the very, very young Professor X?
Yeah.
What
James
the
McAvoy.
hell? How much was it?
He's delicious.
So good.
Yeah,
he looks
he's
so good in that movie.
Honestly, the only thing I remember was the music.
It was $17.
Okay, I definitely have to take a look-see again because I'm super jealous. Only thing I remember from James McAvoy, a lot of shirtless scenes, and a lot of dick prints.
I've got to watch this movie now.
If you're looking for it, but you really got to.
How could you not see it? Are you kidding me? That whole fight scene at the end?
I mean, the fight scene is like 5 seconds long.
Yeah,
like it's over and done with, and he's moving in like speed vision, so you don't even see him. So I don't know what you were looking at. I didn't see it.
Harrison watches it frame by frame by frame. He's like, really?
I don't know
exactly what you did. You like.
No, admittedly, the last time I did watch it, I did rent it from Blockbuster. So I had to buy part 1 and part 2 next. So, but all right, my honorable mentions. The first disappointment of the pandemic last year was hearing the news that this was delayed. A Quiet Place Part 2. I need to see this movie. As much as I am tired of watching the same trailer. I feel like you're going to be very
disappointed.
Am I?
Because of the build-up. I feel like you will, just because I feel like you're waiting so much for it. Like I feel like you're gonna do your thing that you do to other people. You're gonna be disappointed.
He's gonna do it to himself.
I mean, it's predominantly the same crew, isn't it?
That doesn't mean shit.
It's like, is John Krasinski still doing the directing?
I mean, Wonder Woman 1984 had most of the same crew in writing and everything from the first Wonder Woman. So.
I mean, we did establish that Patty Jenkins wrote the sequel.
Not by herself. She had like 20 other people with her who were also working on the first one as well. So.
Well, Mr. McPoopy Pants, I'm really excited for A Quiet Place Part 2.
But I hope you love it.
Yes. I don't know. I have hope for it, and it's not just I am also sick and tired of seeing the trailer, but for this, it's more of a genuine kind of the circle is complete kind of a feeling, because it was the first movie for me that got axed by the pandemic. So I'm really excited for that to come out whenever it's coming out. I'm also really, really super excited for The Conjuring Part 3. It's not going to be a typical haunted house movie. It's going to be a court drama, which I'm very interested in seeing. And of course, one thing I'm really excited for, just because I want to see how another video game adaptation goes for film, Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
I am certainly, the moment I read that description, the synopsis that they gave us, instant vibes of Resident Evil. But considering I read a lot of theories as to who this newcomer is, I guess I'm okay with it. But it's not very wise to do exactly what, as much as you feel about the Resident Evil movies, you don't want to do that same routine with another beloved video game series. So, but despite story aside, I'm just really excited to see some on-screen fatalities, because as they say, this is going to be a very hard R.
Now, haven't they
Wonderful.
done a Mortal Kombat movie before, or is this the first time that's ever been?
No,
Two.
there were 2 live action Mortal Kombat movies. The first one was a fantastic 90s action movie. The second one was the worst action movie of the 1990s. But fun.
Fantastic's a little strong of a word.
Oh, come on. Mortal Kombat. I'm not saying it's the greatest movie ever made, but it's definitely fun. That reptile fight. Especially its soundtrack. I'm not really into techno, but that's really what kind of paved the way for me to enjoy techno.
It's a good, catchy theme song.
Oh yeah, it's funny because I always associated that theme with the video game, but it was the other way around. So we'll see. I'm excited for it. What was I going to ask you? What was that movie? Spiral is the usual composer coming back for Spiral. Oh, fantastic. Okay.
Charlie Clouser, yeah.
Say no more.
And when does Spiral come out again?
May 27th,
Okay,
I believe.
so I have
You
some
better
time
keep that date.
to.
We have some
Should I
time, yeah.
watch Saws before, or should I just go to Spiral?
Yes,
and-
I think
Yeah.
you're gonna need to for this movie for sure. It's the lore of Saw is so convoluted, and like they pull little clues from movie 2 that come back in movie 7. Like it's one of
No
those
joke.
like. So I would assume you'd want to watch the other movies.
Is Scream coming out this year
you don't wanna
also?
be lost.
Because I feel like I've got a lot of.
No, January 2022, and I would have mentioned it if it were.
But I wondered. But the reason I say that, but it still doesn't give me any more time because I've got all these series I've got to get caught up on. The Saw series, the Scream,
The Conjurings.
Conjurings, the
Which
Quiet
we're covering.
Places. Yeah, I haven't seen.
We're
any of
covering
these.
right, leading up to the new
Yeah,
one?
Conjuring 1, 2, and then culminating with 3. Which hopefully by that time we'll be recording in person, so we could all watch Conjuring 3 together and then immediately record right after.
See, there we go. That'll be fun.
That'd be amazing.
Alrighty, guys, what are we going to be covering next week?
I thought we stopped. Weren't we not going to do that? Tease the audience and lie to them, and then.
Oh,
Well, we will this time.
We can
do it,
We are for
though.
sure covering it because I just have so much to talk about. There's a lot to talk about with this movie we're going to be covering, which is going to be, I think, 2009's Curse? Is it 2009? Cursed by Wes Craven. Which the story behind the movie and the making of is a hell of a lot better than the movie itself, but I'm excited. I don't think either of you have seen it.
No, never, except just for the gifts.
Okay, so I'm really excited to see what you guys think and to talk about it. Yes, you just got to see it in action, and yeah, I'll have a lot to say. I've been doing a lot of reading, a lot of things I want to talk about, and so I think it's going to be great. And so yes, I feel fine announcing it because I'm not doing all this for nothing.
Now you
Yeah.
guys have talked about Wes Craven before, right? So what else has
Scream.
he done? Scream. Okay, I was like,
Yeah,
Nightmare on Elm
I
Nightmare
should
on
have
Elm
known that.
Street,
Okay.
New Nightmare. My Soul to Take. Who remembers
Last
that?
House on the Left, Hills Have Eyes. The movie sucked.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's what we'll be covering it next week.
And I purposely planned it that way because the following Saturday is going to be a full moon. So,
So spooky.
so join us next week as we discuss Wes Craven's Cursed. Until then, you can listen to us on Spotify. We are on Podbean and YouTube and Apple Podcast. We are also on all the social medias. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We are also going to be having some really awesome fan artwork coming up from our very own Toby. Hopefully, by the time this episode comes out, we will have seen a little of what he has done for us. Also, I hope you don't.
Working on it diligently. Yeah.
It's looking really
beautiful.
good.
I love it.
I actually sent it to Danny, and I was like, "Oh my god! Like, look at what Toby did," and he was floored. And he doesn't even like horror, so
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
But we really
It got a little busier today at work than I thought it would, so I was hoping to get more done. But
Yeah, no, it's fine. It looks beautiful. But hopefully you've also enjoyed learning a lot about us this past week as we have been uploading a lot of trivia stuff. So follow us on all of our social medias too. We will have linked it throughout the entire week. But until then, my name is Harrison.
my name's Richard.
And I'm Toby.
And we are the final gaze. Before you go, guys, real quick, happy anniversary, Toby. February 14th is his anniversary with Brian, which, of course, as recent last episode was 30 minutes of bloopers, and Toby noticed something really special, that basically his evolution, or the beginnings of his relationship with Brian began with the final gaze almost. So there we go.
You can hear like, oh, we're hanging out. Oh, we're going to go on a date.
Oh, he's
fuck,
going
we're
to,
living together.
and don't forget, he also locked me in a coffin.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
Yeah, it was adorable because you mentioned that in the chat, and then I listened this morning and I was like, oh, this is cute. Like, this is so adorable.
And then to Brian
Thank
being
you.
on the podcast.
He was on the podcast. So maybe I'll send a picture when I send pictures of me, like one maybe with both of us.
Yeah.
Since he guessed it, he guessed it once.
Oh, you definitely have to do like when the photos you send, they have to be really cute couples photos.
All right.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna take pictures up in the sky. So
perfect. Well, happy anniversary, you two.
And don't
Thank
forget
you
your
very
parachute.
much.
Don't forget your parachute. Yes.
I will try.
You're gonna
Very
be jumping out of
Everybody
any
else see a
airplanes.
gremlin on that plane.
if you do, don't worry. If you fall out, hopefully there'll be an explosion outside that'll blow you right back in. All
I'm
right.
counting on it. All righty.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Have a good night.